Later this year, on December 3rd, many countries and people around the world will mark the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. North Korea has said the right things about disability, but its actions have not met its words. I hope after you hear my speech that you'll be more aware of the challenges that disabled people face in North Korea. Believe that North Korea does not live up to its words, and that you'll be inspired to find ways to help disabled people in North Korea. My mission is to raise awareness of the lives of disabled people in North Korea and to find ways to make their lives somewhat easier. First, I will tell you about what I have learned about protection about disabled people in various countries. Second, I will tell you about my family's challenges and the incredible act of love by my father for my disabled mother. In the United States, the Americans with Disabilities Act was enacted in 1990 to ensure that people with disabilities can participate free in society. In South Korea, the Disability Welfare Act was enacted in 1991. In 1992, the United Nations declared December 3rd as the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. North Korea enacted the Disability Protection Act on June 18, 2003, and since 2011, June 18 has been recognized annually as Day of Persons with Disabilities. North Korea has said the right things and even has a special day for the disabled, but I would like to tell you about the reality. I'm from Hyosim, on the border with China. On June 27, 2018, my family defected from North Korea and went to South Korea. When my mother was young, polio left her unable to walk. When we escaped, my father carried my mother on his back. Across China, Vietnam, the mountains of Laos, by boat to Thailand. And finally, we were flown to South Korea. We were so scared as we escaped. But looking back, I can feel my father's love for my mother. Article 49 of North Korea's Disability Protection Act established the Day of Persons with Disabilities. Article 7 says that soldiers and people with disabilities who helped build the country would receive special treatment, but that has not been the reality. When my family was in North Korea, we took a trip to Pyongyang. It took us more than a week to get there, although North Korea is a small country about the size of the state of Mississippi. During our journey, we saw many former soldiers and people with disabilities who were injured while serving in the military. Even those with no legs used wooden canes to support themselves. They sold goods on trains to make a living. Looking back, I can see that North Korea's Disability Protection Act does not support or protect disabled North Koreans, even veterans. According to Article 9 of the Act, medical care is provided free of charge. However, the reality is very different. In May 2018, my mother needed urgent surgery on one of her arms. My family had to sell almost everything we owned to pay surgery, and for hospitality. North Koreans know that they must pay for the medical care, although the North Korean government tells the world that its medical care is free. To sum up, North Korea has passed legislation and signed international agreements about protection of the disabled, and even has a day supporting disabled people. But its reality is different from its words. Daily life is often inconvenient and dangerous due to the lack of adequate equipment and facilities for people with disabilities. As a result, people with disabilities in North Korea face difficulties in many aspects of their lives. The United Nations has set aside December 3rd as the Day of Disabilities, and North Korea said that it does the same thing on June 18th. My family escaped from North Korea 9 years later on June 27, 2018, with my father carrying my mother on his back. We didn't even know North Korea had a Day of Disabilities. Most North Koreans don't know about the protections the government said it provides and about the way countries around the world support the disabled. My mission is to raise awareness about the reality of life for disabled people in North Korea. I hope to one day send coaches and wheelchairs to support North Korea's disabled people, although I don't know if the North Korean government will allow that. Hopefully more North Koreans won't have to carry loved ones to freedom as my father did, and they will be able to live in freedom and with full protection from the government. Thank you to Freedom Speakers International for supporting my campaign, to you for listening, and I hope that others will also join me.